Ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to take your seats so that we can get the program underway? Oh my goodness, this is a remarkably obedient group. Well done. Thank you very much for that. So, welcome. My name is Bill Morrissey, and I have the pleasure and honor of being the MC for the 2014 Bachelor of Commerce Business Luncheon. Hey, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Let's give ourselves a great round of applause for being here today. So it's absolutely terrific to see everyone today. You all look fantastic. We're just delighted to be able to get things underway. So, as I mentioned, my name is Bill Morrissey. My day job is as the leader of a business development initiative for the city of Winnipeg called Yes Winnipeg. And so we work to create new jobs and private sector investment by attracting new companies to set up operations here and also help local entrepreneurs and local businesses to expand. So needless to say, you're looking at a pretty big Winnipeg believer, and I hope those sentiments are shared by everybody in the room here today. But the other reason that I'm here, the other thing that I do when I'm not at Yes Winnipeg is I have the distinct pleasure of having been asked to be the honorary president for the Commerce Students Association for this year. And in that role and capacity, I provide advice when requested, I answer questions to the best of my ability when asked, and generally act as a sounding board to your student council. And I must say, you have an incredibly talented, highly motivated, hard-working student council. You'll hear more about those folks and the great work that they're doing in just a minute. And my job is probably, in that role and capacity, the easiest in all of Winnipeg. So, congratulations and bravo to all of the first-year students that have made the decision to have a career in business and to start that career by enrolling in one of the best business schools in all of Canada, the Asper School of Business. And congratulations to you all for having been accepted into this really great school and this really good university. This event, this luncheon, serves a number of purposes. And by the way, it is not something that happens standard in every business school across Canada. It's another great example of the terrific initiative that your student council takes. But the first, if you will, purpose behind this lunch is to begin the process of having you understand just how professional not only the business career is, but the business school and the Commerce Students Association at Asper. This is but one example, and you're going to see a lot more in the days and weeks and months and years ahead of just the high degree of professionalism that they take in everything they do. The second purpose is, let's face it, folks, this is an important milestone in your career and in your lives, starting university, starting your business career. And this endeavor, this luncheon, commemorates and celebrates that important milestone. And the third purpose is that it, again, begins the process of you understanding that, as the expression goes, it takes a community to raise, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, guess what? It takes our whole community to create highly successful business people. And you're going today to start to understand how you've got a great staff at your faculty, you've got great students that you can reach out to and student leadership, and you've got a wonderfully supportive business community that are represented here today by reps from the associates and the young associates. And you're going to see and appreciate that more as you go through your career. So, what does the program consist of? Really, you can sort of distill it down to three elements. You're going to hear in just a few minutes from the dean of this esteemed school, who will talk about his expectations of you as students and as members of our community. You're also going to hear from the president of the Commerce Students Association, who, on behalf of his council, will make a pledge to you for the kind of support and assistance that they're here to provide you through your years at Asper. And you're also going to hear from an esteemed member of our business community, a very successful business leader who's going to talk to you a little bit about the plethora of different sort of options that are open to you within a business career He'll talk to you as well about the kind of profound impact, both from an economic and a social perspective, leadership in business can make. And he'll also, as an alumnus of this faculty, as am I, will talk about the impact that being a member of the business school at the University of Manitoba has played on his career. So hopefully you're going to enjoy yourself over the next hour and a half or so. Again, I commend the Commerce Students Association for the great job that they've done organizing this. Now, what I'd like to do is, again, have you join me in welcoming members of the head table that are assembled here today. And rather than having to have the discipline and restrain ourselves to wait until they're all introduced, let's give them a healthy round of applause as each one of this is individually introduced. And remember that all of them are going to be more formally introduced in just a minute. But let's start by introducing the president and the CEO of the Boyd Auto Body Group, Mr. Brock Bulbuck. Brock. The Dean of the IH Asper School of Business, Dr. Michael Benarosh. The President of the Commerce Students Association, Mr. Dale Kumiyong. The top Asper student with the highest entrance GPA, and I must say I didn't even ask him what it was. I was nowhere near the top, but Mr. Stephen Basila. Please welcome Stephen. And we're also honored to have three members of the Epp family, the owners of the highly successful independent jewelers. Again, we'll hear a lot more from them in just a minute. The patriarch, Mr. Ernie Epp. Ernest. Who, by the way, graduated from the faculty in 1970. His son, Jeremy, who graduated in 2004. Jeremy, yep. And Jonathan Epp, who is a grad of this faculty in 2009. Jonathan. Thank you very much. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to introduce the Dean of our faculty, Dr. Michael Benarosh. He is not only the Dean, but also holds the CA Manitoba Chair in Business Leadership here at the school. Previously, Professor Benarosh was the founding Dean of the Faculty of Business and Economics at the University of Winnipeg. As a graduate of the University of Winnipeg, he is a graduate, I should say, and he received his PhD in economics from Carleton University in 1992 and his master's from the University of Western Ontario in 1984. His research has focused on four areas: international trade, economic development, environmental economics, and also government policy. Professor Benarosh is on the Premier's Economic Advisory Council, the Crown Corporations Council, the Council of Economic Advisors for Credit Union Central, and is also on the Council of Advisors for Harris Consulting. And for the past several years, Professor Benarosh has provided expert commentary on both the federal and provincial budgets for CBC Radio in Winnipeg. I've had the good fortune of knowing Michael for several years, and I've been enormously impressed with everything that he achieves and the great contribution he's making to our community. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Michael Benarosh.